This is a little vlog, as people like to call it. Obviously it's dark because also it was in the evening, so I thought I'll catch up with people what I've been up to. Haven't been up to much really because I haven't been feeling too great. I've been promoted with my joints again, so it's been limiting and stuff that I've been wanting to do. I mean, I have done some live streams on Twitch, and then obviously uploaded them to YouTube, but I haven't done as much as I would have hoped to have done. And then also because I've also got Game Pass, and my Game Pass runs out, I think it's Thursday, because I've had it for free. I had it for 3 months, and then previous to that I had it for another 3 months. But the second 3 month Game Pass, I got it free with the Xbox Series X. So I have seen that you can get some Xbox ones for a month on eBay, but basically you use one code for 14 days and another code for 14 days, and you can't stack them up, but they are fairly cheap. So, but only some of them work on new accounts, some work on old accounts, because my one's obviously an old account now, even though I've had it for over, I think it's nearly 2 years now, so that's what I'll have to go for. So I might try and get that back, and then after it runs out, but obviously I'll have to let this one run down. Over here, that's my local park. I found out on what was it? I'm trying to think of what day was it. Thursday that that they found a dead body in there, which is kind of a bit scary for me, because I've been going to that park for years ever since I was a kid, and that's the first time I've ever, maybe it's happened in the past before, but that's the first time I've ever heard about them finding a body in there. But they haven't said in any news on what was the cause of death yet, so it's kind of a bit scary really. I mean, I know I've got a lot of kids who like gold pin-up market, right? Just walked past my my local chip image. It's really nice in there. But anyway, I've started playing that game called The Grid, which is actually pretty cool. At first it was kind of difficult because of the cheating AI as usual, but so far I'm kind of really enjoying it. I just thought it takes a while to get used to. I mean, I have played The Grid. I don't know if it's a remastered one. This one particular one's a remastered one, because this one's on Game Pass. I have played it before on the PS3, but I can't remember if I completed it or not. So I've been playing that. So far I've enjoyed it. At first I didn't. I've also been playing Dead Space 2, although I don't remember it being as difficult as this. But then originally I played it on the PS3, and obviously if you play it multiple times, you keep all your weapons and any stored items that you've got in the game. But obviously because I'm playing it on the 360 version via Xbox, obviously it's like I'm starting again from scratch. So when I do complete it, I might end up playing it again a couple of times just to, you know, get it all boosted up. So if I ever decide to do another playthrough of it again, obviously it's going to be a lot easier to do. But obviously I've got that to finish. I don't know how. I think I'm on chapter 9, I think. So I forgot. I know there's more chapters in the in Dead Space 2. Although the Dead Space series has been my favourite games, Dead Space 1 and 2. The only thing I'd say that's kind of aged badly with the game is that, to me, is the controls. I feel a bit slow to me and a bit sluggish. But for me, the graphics still hold up. And obviously with doing a Dead Space 1 remake, I mean, that's going to be fairly interesting. So it's about time that EA actually did that. And speaking of EA, obviously that they gave me a open beta of FIFA 22, the closed beta, and to me I'm gonna be honest, it does obviously it does feel like FIFA 21. I mean, the graphics seem a bit sharper here and there, and the gameplay seems to be a lot faster, and certain players have got more skill, or certain key players like Mbappe, who's really quick. So certain players that you can literally sprint past the defense now, whereas normally you wouldn't be able to do that. But obviously this isn't the finished version of it, and obviously the only thing about it is what I can say is that you can play as all the teams across the world in friendlies and I think Champions League and stuff. And then, but the only thing that you can't, but the only thing is that it's got some of the squads it's from last season, and the kit's from last season as well. But then I suppose also all they have to do is update that and then reskin it. But it's not too bad. Whether obviously I wasn't allowed to stream it. I mean, they put this watermark thing on it, and then they blocked the streaming when I tried to do it via the Xbox, because that's where they sent me the code. And unfortunately, obviously, you're not allowed to do it. I suppose I can see why, because obviously they don't want people criticising the game or God knows what when it's not the finished product. So it'll be interesting what the finished product's going to be. My only gripe with the new FIFA is obviously, you know, that if you buy the standard FIFA 22, whether it's on PS5 or Xbox Series X and S, is that you can buy the standard one, which I don't know how much that costs, but if you want to get the next gen version of it, you always have to buy the FIFA. You always have to buy the FIFA 22 deluxe version of it, the deluxe version of it, which that's going to cost you probably, I don't know, maybe 80, 90 £90. So that's going to cost you an arm and a leg. I think that's a bit shameful, if I'm being honest. That they're to get the next gen version of it, you have to sit there and you have to buy a package. But obviously, with people loving football games, I mean, they'll buy the game anyway. So, you know, that's just the way it is. I mean, hopefully, I mean, so I've been playing that. Obviously, people have been seeing that I played Total Carnage. Last time I played that was in the arcade in the Trocadero, which I actually kind of miss. I miss the Trocadero, being able to play the Mortal Kombats and the Total Carnage, the Smash TVs, all the Lethal Enforcers, all the classic arcade games, which are Sega Rally. I miss all those games, which unfortunately, obviously the Trocadero is long since gone. I mean, if I had the money in the space, I would love to own an arcade machine. But, you know, maybe like a Street Fighter 2 or Mortal Kombat. I know that obviously you can get the arcade one-up ones, but I still can't afford one of them. So I would love to get one of them. So yeah, playing Total Carnage was kind of fun. I mean, I played Smash TV, the Super Nintendo version of it, but not the trying to think what version I never played. I played the arcade version, and obviously they had to scale some things down. So being able to play that again was pretty cool. I'm trying to think what I'm up to. Yeah, I just did a video unboxing of a new pair of headphones, because I used to have was it the AKG ones, the one where they're wireless and they're Bluetooth, but that's starting to fall apart now. And then I bought, and obviously these new Sony ones, they're wired, because I had an iPod Touch which would have been Bluetooth, but that broke years ago. So I'm happy to use my old the video, or they call it the classic iPod, and that's kind of gone funny. So I'm using the iPod. So I'm trying to figure. So I'm using like the iPod Shuffle. But yeah, I think it's a small. I think. So I've been using that at the kind of moment. So I've done that. So, but I haven't uploaded it because I only did it like a couple of hours ago. I mean, I found it in a sale in Sainsbury's. So, and then I got a little bit off using the loyalty points. So that was pretty cool. And then it already was in a sale. So I've got that. So I'll be uploading that. What I've been doing is I've been doing a lot of comics, where so I've done a ton of those, and I still got loads of them still to do. What I'm also thinking of doing is if I can dig them up, because I've got thousands upon thousands of comics. If I can find some classic comics, so I might do some of them. I found some of my graphic novels, like I found The Death and Return of Superman, and I've also found Green Lantern Rebirth, got Kingdom Come. I think I've got Marvel Civil War, I think. I've got that somewhere. And then I think I've got Flash Rebirth as well, the graphic novel. So what I might do is I might go through, talk my way about those graphic novels, and then give like a little review on what I think of them and why I liked it, and especially the Death and Return of Superman, which is definitely one of my favourite graphic novels along with the Green Lantern Rebirth and Flash Rebirth. So yeah, it'll be interesting to sit there to talk about that and why I liked it and maybe things that I didn't like. Although I don't think there really is, but so I'm gonna do that soon. Also, I've been doing a lot of drink reviews. Obviously I can't do too many of them because being diabetic and all. So, and then a lot of them are like lemon based because I actually really love lemon. So I've got a couple more that I'm gonna sit there and try out and do, and I'm gonna give my honest opinion on what I think of those. So I've got those like coming up. Obviously I want to do more PS4 and PS5 games. Obviously I'm gonna be playing the PS4 games by the PS5 now. Obviously some of the games they'll be given a boost. Now I wanted to finish off Horizon Zero Dawn because I think I've got that DLC for it. I mean the last mission, and the only reason why I haven't finished it is because what I was hoping is that Sony would patch the game up so it would run a lot better on a PS5. Now that's the only thing that I'm a little bit disappointed with the PS5 is that some of the like Sony's first-party games, they really haven't what's the word, given them like a PS5 boost. So you would have thought so. Days Gone has been given one, and Ghost of Tsushima has been given one. Obviously there's a director's cut version of it, so you can either choose to boost up the frame rate, or you can boost up the performance of the graphics, which is cool. But games like the Uncharted 4, they haven't done Uncharted Legacy, they haven't done the Uncharted Trilogy remastered, even though it already was remastered, and not Days Gone, Horizon Zero Dawn, they haven't bothered to boost up those games, which I thought was a bit strange. Whereas, at least on Xbox, right, most of Microsoft games have been given that boost, which is a bit weird. I think only Forza Motorsport 7 hasn't been given it, but which I heard that apparently they're supposed to be fixing, supposed to be doing that. At least like you would expect like big games like Halo collection to be given a boost, which obviously they've been optimized for the Xbox Series X and S, and then obviously Gears of War, obviously like the newer ones. So at least they've done most of that with most of their games, but it's just weird how Sony haven't done that, which is a bit kind of strange really. So I don't know, it is kind of a bit odd how they haven't done it. So I mean, because if they obviously I think Last of Us 2 is supposed to be getting a bit. The Last of Us 2 is supposed to be getting a boost, but I don't know about Last of Us 1, which again I'm halfway through with that thing, so they haven't done that. They haven't done that either, which is a bit weird. With the first, obviously I heard the stories about they meant to be remaking that game, so I don't know. So I don't know what's going on with that. So that's what I've been doing. And then obviously my brother treated me to the Tottenham Man City game, and all I can say is that although I mean I have been to Tottenham games before, but those were the European ones, but at the old White Hart Lane Stadium. But to go to a Premiership game and it was packed in the atmosphere, it's so much better than say watching it on the TV and you've seen all the fans there and everybody's chanting, and then the Man City fans trying to get something in and shouting back, and it was just a great atmosphere. And then walking down the high road, they had to close half of it down obviously because all the fans are walking down, so that was great. And obviously Tottenham managed to oh, excuse me, there's a bike coming past. And Tottenham managed to win 1-0 and actually defend for once, which is unusual for them to see at Man City. So, and obviously it's just surprised we didn't get the credit that we deserved, as what normally happens with social media and especially with Sky Sports, which those of you that know me on Twitter, right, will know that how much I'm always ranting about them. So yeah, so it was great going to the Tottenham Man City game. I need to upload those videos, which I will be doing over the coming days and weeks. So yeah, that was kind of great. So obviously after I came back, I started having all my problems with my knees, so that's why I've been kind of really been quiet, not playing a lot of games. But what I'm hoping to do is when I get Xbox the Game Pass back up, well, when I get it at least a month, I'll start to play other games on there. So expect to see more games and hopefully more PlayStation games. Again, I can't do Nintendo ones because I haven't got the equipment to do it. I'm using what the game consoles allow you to stream and record. So that's the best I can do at the moment. So you've got that. One of my final things before I sign off is that I've got a rant where obviously those of you that follow me on Twitter know that I've got issues with comicbookmovie.com and a certain someone whose initials I will say is JW. Now, what I don't like with some of these movie sites or comic book sites, if that's what they want to call themselves, because they're not really, is when some of these sites act like shills, where they seem to love arse-licking Marvel for some bizarre reason, like as if that they think that they're probably going to get a free ticket or going to get given free stuff, you know. And the thing is, what I don't like about some of these, especially that site, is that as a site, you're supposed to be objective, but when you're kind of reviewing something, because somebody like me who's a comic book fan, you want to hear the latest news and everything, whether it's DC or Marvel, and then you want somebody to sit there and be objective and say to you, right, whether they think it's good or it's bad, or they're telling you news about castings and clips and so forth, etc., etc., etc. Regardless of whether it's DC or Marvel. But when you sit and you see that site, especially, and that certain journalist with an equivalent that sitting there and kind of bootlicking Marvel, I mean, it kind of really pisses me off, because I said, you want these people to be objective and to be honest and objective, right? And the thing is, they're not being like that. And that's one of the things that I miss about getting like magazines, and same thing, video magazines, where people would be trying to really get the latest news and previews of certain games or movies, and then the person will try to be objective and to be honest. At the end of the day, when that particular person reviews that particular movie or video game, it's still their own opinion, because they could say they like it. I mean, you go out and play it. I mean, or play it or watch that movie. I mean, you don't like it. Fair enough, but you just use it as a guide. But I don't know why why comic book movies is like that. And then on top of that, what makes it worse is that when you read the comment section, it's even more toxic. Where you see the people fighting in there and then attacking if you don't like. If you sit there and then you sound a bit bad about Marvel, because obviously now you've got the thing between Marvel and Scarlett Johansson, and then you've got a lot of these people where they're just sitting there and they're believing everything what Marvel said, when none of us really know the two sides. You have to hear two sides of the story, but because it's Marvel, we're all sticking. And then those, right, for those of you that know, when a Suicide Squad movie came out, that particular that journalist or writer, I said it was at the beginning, his name is JW, he put in big capital letters, "Wow, this is why the movie has flopped," and then he made sure that he put the word flopped in big red italics, so that he's emphasising the word flopped. And I've noticed that he always does this with DC movies or comic book movies that aren't Marvel. So that's the issue I've got. As I said before, when it comes to me and it comes to movies, right, I like to give everything the fair crack of the whip, and then the fair crack of the whip. So I'm not going to be biased to like many of them. So I'm always going to sit there and say whether I like it or not. I'm going to sit there and tell you what I think of it. And this is why that when I want to start doing my movie reviews of not going to be necessarily the newest movies that come out, but movies that I like, or even if they're old or new. And same thing with TV shows. You'll sit there and hear my honest opinion as to why I do and don't like things that I may or may not like about a particular movie, or even if it's even if it's a 9 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10 for me, you're gonna get my honest opinion as to why I like it. Because as I said before, most people know I'm a Superman fan. So when I've done reviews of Superman films or TV shows like the new Superman and Lois, which actually you must watch that, because it's actually really better than I thought it would have been. It's absolutely awesome. The season finale was great. So as a Superman fan, I'm going to be a little bit biased, or maybe if I'm a Flash, if I like the Flash and Batman, of course I'm going to be a bit biased. But when you're doing that, you're writing a review, you're reviewing it, I always mention and say, look, I'm going to sit there, I'm going to be a little bit more, a tiny bit more biased, because I like those characters because of reading the cartoons and comics and growing up with characters. So I will say it in the actual review, whether when I've read reviews from forums, I've actually said it. But it's when these people can't sit there and they can't be objective and try to be honest, and I don't know if it's because that they think that because it's Marvel, that you basically have to be I'm trying to think of the right word, because it's popular. Everyone has kind of jumped onto the bandwagon, so you can't say anything bad. If there's something, so if the particular movie is bad, or there's an element of that movie that's not right, or doesn't explain anything, I mean, you should be able to criticize it. But for some bizarre reason, I don't know why these sites do it. I think it's just because of the fact that they know, for example, that thing, whether it's Marvel or anything else, at the moment it's the big thing. So they know that they can milk out loads and loads and loads of articles, and then they know they're going to get clicks and views. And then when they do something, say against, like, say it's DC or whoever or whatever it is, they pretty much know that they're going to get the people, they're going to get the clicks with people reading an article and then fighting in the comment section. So I've got no time for it, if you want my personal opinion. But anyway, I'm going to sign off now because my battery's about to die. I mean, I'm filming on my iPhone 7, even though really I should be filming on my iPhone 12 Pro, but I can't be bothered to carry that phone anyway. So I'm filming on my iPhone 7, so this is the one that hasn't got the great battery life, hence why I got the 12 Pro. But anyway, I hope people liked this vlog. I mean, this was slightly longer than usual, and if people like it, then I might do more. But obviously I won't be doing them every minute, but you know what I mean, I'll try and do more if people actually like them. If you want to sit there and hear me the update of what I've been up to and me ranting, because I love ranting about certain things, as I said before, if you see me on Twitter. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this vlog, and I'll speak to you all again soon. Feel free to subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and I'll speak to you all again soon. Take care, bye for now, and stay safe.